You know that feeling, right? That light bulb moment, a great idea that you are absolutely sure is a winner. But here's the thing. The real challenge isn't just having the idea. It's knowing if that idea is actually a smart strategy that can win in the real world. So how do you do that? How do you turn a good idea into a great plan? Well, let's dive in. This really is the million-dollar question. How do you build that solid bridge from a brilliant concept to a rock-solid, actionable plan? It's all about stress testing your idea against reality before you sink a ton of time, money, and passion into it. And today, we're going to walk through a process that does exactly that. And to make this all feel a bit more concrete, we're going to follow a really simple but powerful case study. A local cafe that has this great idea to host late-night board game events. I mean, it feels like a winner, but is it strategically sound? Let's find out. We're going to use a framework I call the strategic chain. And what's so great about it is its discipline. Instead of just random brainstorming, it forces you to forge a direct link between what's happening in the outside world and what you're capable of internally. And that leads to clear, evidence-based actions. So here's our roadmap. It's a 4-step journey. First, we're going to scan the entire external environment using a PESTLE analysis that's looking at political, economic, social, technological, legal, and environmental forces. Then, we'll use that intel to pinpoint our big opportunities and threats. After that, we look inward, assessing our strengths and weaknesses. And finally, we combine it all to forge a powerful strategy. Okay. First things first, before you can ever look inward, you absolutely have to look outward. A smart strategy always starts by understanding the world it's about to step into. You've got to map the terrain. For our cafe, this whole process kicks off with the political factors. I mean, can they even get a license for later hours? What are the local neighborhood rules about noise? Honestly, the best idea on the planet doesn't mean a thing if the city council says no. Next up, E for economic. And this is where things start to get really exciting for our cafe. See, people are spending more and more money on experiences, not just stuff. There is a real and rapidly growing market out there for what they want to do. And just check out the scale of this opportunity. We are not talking about some tiny niche trend. This market is already valued at over $1.2 billion today, and it's projected to nearly double in less than a decade. That's not just a little tailwind, that is a powerful economic force pushing this idea forward. So, what's fueling all that economic growth? Well, it's the social trends. Let's be real, people are getting tired of their screens. We're all craving genuine, face-to-face connections, and board games deliver that in spades. Our cafe can tap directly into this huge cultural shift. And if you need more proof, just look at this number. A 340% growth in just a few years? That's staggering. It tells you this isn't some quirky little hobby anymore. It's a full-blown social movement. The demand is already there, just waiting to be met. And of course, technology has a huge part to play in all this too. It has literally never been easier to get the word out about events on social media or manage all your reservations with simple booking software. The tech is there to make running these nights incredibly smooth. All right, then we have to get serious about the legal side. And, this goes way beyond just getting that one license. It's about food safety regulations, understanding employment laws for staff who are working late shifts. It's about making sure every single box is ticked. And finally, we've got environmental factors. Staying open later means more energy use, plain and simple. And today's customers, they really care about sustainability. So the cafe has to think about its environmental footprint and how it can operate responsibly. Okay, so we've done our homework on the outside world. Now comes the crucial next step. We have to connect all of that external information to the cafe's internal reality. This is where that PESTLE scan we just did feeds directly into a much smarter evidence-based SWOT analysis. See how this all starts to click together? All those PESTLE factors we just went through aren't just interesting facts. They sort themselves neatly into opportunities and threats. That growing market, that's a huge opportunity. The licensing restrictions, a serious threat. This grounds our SWOT in reality, not just guesswork. Now, with that context, we can finally look inward. What is the cafe already great at? Well, it has a super loyal customer base, a cozy, welcoming vibe, and fantastic, engaging staff. These are the core strengths it can build on for this new venture. But, and this is so important, we also have to be brutally honest about the weaknesses. The cafe has basically zero experience running structured events. They don't have a clue how to staff for late nights, and their digital marketing is, well, it's pretty weak. Acknowledging these gaps is absolutely critical for success.
And this is where the magic happens. This is the moment we stop just collecting information and start actually forging a strategy. We're going to combine our external opportunities and threats with our internal strengths and weaknesses to create clear, targeted actions.
First up is the most powerful combo, strength opportunity strategies. These are what I call your go-win moves. So for the cafe, this means using its amazing, welcoming atmosphere and its loyal customers, its strengths, to capture that huge demand for screen-free social nights, the opportunity. Next, we have weakness opportunity strategies. Think of these as your build to grow moves. The cafe knows its digital marketing is weak, right? So it needs to invest in that skill, fix the weakness, so it can properly reach that massive growing market of board gamers. You fix an internal problem to seize an external opportunity. But what about the threats? Well, a strength threat strategy is your protect and differentiate move. Competition from other pubs is a major threat. So the cafe can use its core strength, its super engaging, friendly staff, to offer a better, more personal experience that those bigger, more generic places just can't match. And finally, there's the weaknesses threat strategy. This is your protect and repair move. The cafe has a knowledge gap when it comes to licensing. That's a weakness. And the threat of getting denied is very real. Fixing that knowledge gap isn't optional. It is essential to protect the entire plan from falling apart. So you see, by weaving together all four of these elements, we move from a kind of fuzzy, hopeful idea to a sharp, crystal clear, and actionable roadmap. And just look at this. This table is the beautiful result of the whole strategic chain. You can literally draw a straight line from an external factor, like social trends, all the way to a specific internal action, like we need to develop event management skills. Everything is connected. Everything is justified. The final outcome here is just so powerful. The cafe now has a clear line of sight from a huge market force all the way down to a specific action item. They know exactly where they need to invest their time and money, and they have a completely defensible case for their plan. That light bulb moment is no longer just a good idea. It's a solid strategic plan for growth. So, that really just leaves one question for you. Whether you're thinking about your business, your team, or even a personal project, what's that first external force you need to truly understand before you take your next big step?